I wake up with a wide yawn. Blinking my eyes open, I check the time and grimace. Need to get moving before I'm late. Leaping out of the bed, I quickly change and get ready for school. I grab my stuff and race downstairs to grab some toast. As expected, both me and Erin have already left. I don't have time to sit down and eat, so I stuff the bread in my mouth. Slide my bag onto my shoulder and head out the door. I barely feel the crisp morning air as I race towards school. When I reach the courtyard, there are a few lingering students outside. Means I still got time. After entering the building, I reach my classroom and find my seat with my friends. A moment later, the bell rings. Made it. Miss Sato takes her place in front of the room.
Good morning, class. Let's get started.
I focus on what we're learning, and soon the school day flies by. By the time all our classes are over, I'm ready to do something fun. Luckily, I have a club meeting today. This might be the last one, folks. After packing up all my stuff, I say goodbye to my friends and head to the club room. On the way, I run into Daisuke. Hey, Daisuke.
Hey, you were just the guy I was hoping to see.
Really? What's up?
I've got some news to share with you and Erlen.
That piques my interest. You had your breakthrough?
Yeah, but it would be better to tell you both together. I'm heading to the student council now. Are you free later?
Yeah, I'm free after my club meeting.
Great. Let's meet in the courtyard afterwards.
Sounds good. He nods and waves goodbye.
I'll see you later then.
Bye. As Daisuke heads off, I continue down the hall towards my club room. My curiosity is burning, but I try not to think too much about what Daisuke might tell us. I'll find out soon enough. Right now I should be focused on my club activities. Soon I arrive and greet my fellow club members. The room is decorated with streamers and balloons. Odessa sits with her clubmates surrounding her, and there's a cake on the table in front of her. Happy birthday, Odessa! She greets me with a smile.
Thank you.
I don't think I mentioned it in a video, but I did look up Crystalline. She is the legendary hero mage. Rixnay is the rogue of the group, and I don't remember who the other three were. I don't think they're in the club or anything, or even anywhere else in the game. It's just these two. I'm happy that I didn't forget her gift. It was Rixnay's idea to throw a small party for Odessa to celebrate her birthday. I've noticed that he's been extra thoughtful when it comes to her. I hope she noticed it too. I definitely ship them. We can ship them anywhere, but I'm afraid someone might send them back. Soon everyone arrives and Rixnay starts the party.
First up, it's time for presents.
Oh, me first!
Sho pushes past everyone to sit beside Odessa. He grins broadly.
I got you the absolute best thing ever.
Something, Mecha?
Oh? What is it?
He whips out a skewer of dango from behind his back.
Ta-da!
Oh!
Blinking in confusion, she slowly accepts it.
Thanks, Sho.
Is he gonna say it?
You thought that was all I was going to give you, didn't you?
It's a reference to the Kaori After Story if you're not familiar. The whole shopping for Kaori section. She looks up at him.
There's more to it?
Of course! I mean, what's better than one dongo?
2 dango?
2 dongos!
He whips out a second skewer and proudly hands it to her.
Happy birthday!
Odessa blinks and then giggles, shaking her head slightly.
Thanks, Sho.
You're welcome.
I don't even know what to say. It's so very Sho. Here, this is from me. I hand Odessa a wrapped present. With a smile, she accepts it and slowly peels back the paper.
Oh, wow! You got me Amelia's Adventure. How did you know I wanted to play this otome?
Reference to Crystalline. I had a feeling it would interest you. Her grin broadens.
Thank you so much.
I nod, feeling a pleasant warmth in my chest. It's a great feeling when your gift is well received.
Here, Odessa. I got this for you. I hope you like it.
Rixnay seems strangely nervous as he offers a pretty bag. She digs through the tissue paper and pulls out an adorable plushie of a minx with soft white fur.
She's beautiful.
Odessa hugs the minx to her chest.
I already feel like she's an old friend of mine, like a familiar companion. And I have the perfect name for her. Mava.
It's a very fitting name.
She looks at him, her eyes sparkling.
Thank you so much. I love her.
We need to see if the witch has the minx familiar or something, because I don't remember Mava from Crystalline. Could have been there, but... Well, I hold Crystalline in high regard in this game, I'll put it that way. He grins me in her eyes.
I'm so glad you like her.
For a moment, the two of them gaze at each other, their smiles blooming. Suddenly there's a cough.
So, does this mean it's time for cake now?
Dude, we still got a lot of presents to go through.
Oh, right.
We laugh and continue the party. Afterwards, we cut into the cake. It's sweet and fruity, the perfect snack to fuel our practice. When we're done eating, we all get changed and begin the club meeting. Practice is shorter than usual, but no less challenging. I definitely feel tired after working so hard. Soon our meeting is over. I help clean up and then say goodbye to my friends. I'll leave the club room and make my way into the courtyard. My chest is tense in anticipation of the news. Wonder what kind of breakthrough he could have had. Did he meet another Veldan? The courtyard is empty now that school is over, and I easily spot both Erlen and Daisuke waiting. They greet me when I arrive. Hey guys, hope you weren't waiting long. Erlen shakes her head.
Our meeting had just ended.
Did Daisuke give you any hints on what he wanted to share?
No, he stubbornly refused to share anything other than stating he had good news. He said we had to wait for you.
Daisuke grins as he turns to me.
Since you've been involved in this whole situation from the start, I thought it'd only be fair for you to be involved in this conversation as well.
To be fair, we only set things into motion. We've kind of went elsewhere afterwards.
And now that everyone's here, I don't know the best way to say it, so I'm just going to be blunt. Erlen, I can now take you home whenever you're ready.
There's a moment of stunned silence as we both digest his words. Erlen seems hopeful but confused.
You can take me home? But how? Did you learn a new method of returning?
Not quite.
Her brows crease.
Then how can you take me back?
I'd arrange a portal for you.
Suddenly, Erlen crosses her arms, her frown deepening.
Don't toy with me. We both know it's not that simple. If it were, either of us could have left at any time.
I glance back and forth. What's going on? Why is Daisuke being so evasive? He hesitates.
I'm sorry. I haven't been entirely honest with you about who I am.
This is starting to feel familiar.
I am Neil Lavin of the 2nd Royal Guard of Honor. It is an honor to serve you, Your Highness.
He salutes Erlen, who stares at him in surprise. Okay, I'm a bit lost. What is that exactly?
I work for the branch of the military that is duty-bound to serve and protect the royal family.
Wow, sounds like a big deal.
It is. Only the trusted few are ever selected into the Royal Guard.
Erlen raises a brow.
You've already lied about who you are once before. How can I believe that you aren't lying to us again?
I carry the insignia of the 2nd Royal Guard of Honor.
He reaches to show Erlen the insignia. After viewing, she nods, relaxing slightly.
Only those in the Guard have access to the insignia, so it seems you're telling the truth. However, the 2nd Royal Guard of Honor? That would mean you work for my aunt.
That is correct.
Then what are you doing here?
I was sent here to provide you protection and ensure your safety while you completed the mission.
Erlen's brows furrow.
What mission? Did my aunt send me here on a mission?
He nods.
Why? What possible reason could she have to do that?
He pauses.
I was only told what I needed to know to carry out my mission. It would be best for you to ask her yourself.
Yes, well, she'll certainly have a lot of explaining to do.
Whole thing's shady. This entire situation feels strange. Why would Erlen's aunt send her on a mission that she doesn't even know about? He shakes his head.
I don't know. I wish I could say more, but I was only given information on a need-to-know basis.
Alright, but if you were sent here as protection, why couldn't you at least let Erlen know that?
I was under strict orders not to interfere. We all were.
All?
Yes. I wasn't the only one tasked with protecting the princess.
That's no surprise. Of course my aunt would send even more people to watch over me. After all, I am the heir to the throne. If something happened to me while I was here, it would be her head on the line.
Who else?
There was a reason why she was sent here to Matsukaze. It's because Emiko Meino lives here.
I blink, then laugh. What? Aunt Emiko is Veldan? Doesn't make sense. She can't be. Can she?
All I know is that she is a part of this operation.
I fall silent, my mind rolling with questions. How is it possible that Aunt Emiko is connected to Veldan, and what is she doing in Matsukaze? Maybe she's just a human diplomat or something. All of this is unclear. Erlen puts a gentle hand on my shoulder, surprised by how well she's taking this.
I'm sure Aunt Emiko will explain everything once we're home.
Yeah.
I know this was a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry that I had to keep the truth from you, but now that we can escort you home, it was time you learned the truth.
And when will we be returning?
Your aunt would prefer you to return as soon as possible.
Well, I'll need a couple of days to wrap things up and say goodbye. After all of the support and kindness I've been shown, I can't just disappear without saying anything. If my aunt has a problem with that, then she can take it up with me herself.
He nods.
Yes, Your Highness.
He glances at us, then smiles softly.
I won't keep you two any longer. I'm sure you have a lot to talk about.
Not really. He He says his goodbye and then leaves. For a moment, Erlen and I are quiet, still processing everything that was said. Are you okay? Like Daisuke or Nil or whatever his name is said, this is a lot of information, and I don't know how much she said is true.
I trust that he's telling the truth. As hard as it is to believe, it would be impossible to acquire the Veldan Royal Guard insignia if he was not a part of it. Since he mentioned Aunt Emiko, we should ask her if she knows more.
Yeah, let's head back. Aunt Emiko can probably add more context if she's really involved. Erlen nods in agreement. We cut across the courtyard to exit the school gates. We remain quiet as we walk, each of us still processing what we've learned. Erlen seems convinced that Daisuke is telling the truth, but how can I believe that Aunt Emiko is Veldan? It seems so far-fetched. I shake the thoughts from my head. Guess we'll find out soon enough. As the house nears into view, I wonder if my aunt and uncle will be home. They're usually still at the bakery this time. Finally, we arrive home. After entering the house, I see Mina hanging out in the living room. Hey.
Oh, hey.
Are Aunt Emiko and Uncle Hajime home?
Mom's in the kitchen, but Dad's still at the bakery.
I glance at Erlen, who looks back at me. Mina glances between the two of us, her brows furrowing.
Why?
I glance at Erlen again. Should we tell her?
Why do you keep looking at each other? What's going on?
Before I can respond, Aunt Emiko pops her head into the room and graces us with a warm smile.
I thought I heard voices in here. I made you all a snack if you're hungry. Did you kids have a good day at school?
This is no time for small talk. How can she act so normal at a time like this? Aunt Emiko, why didn't you tell us you're Veldan? Erlen sighs and slowly shakes her head.
Could you have been any more rude?
Yes. I'm sorry, but I need to know. Aunt Emiko acts surprised.
Veldan? What's that?
Mina bursts out laughing.
What? That's crazy! Did you hit your head or something, cuz?
I shake my head. It's okay, Aunt Emiko. You don't have to pretend anymore. Nil told us about you.
Nil? Ah, I see. So it has been revealed.
Aunt Emiko smiles softly while Mina looks on blankly.
Wait, you know what they're talking about? What's going on?
They're telling the truth, honey. I am from Veldan.
No.
Mina pauses, waiting for the punchline. When it doesn't come, her brows wrinkle together.
Wait, you're serious?
Aunt Emiko nods. She gestures for us all to sit down.
I didn't expect to have this conversation now, but I suppose there's no better time than the present.
Mina scoots over to give her mom space on the couch, and Erlen and I settle on the nearby chairs.
I assume this means that you'll be leaving us soon then, Erlen?
That seems to be the case, although I'm still unclear as to why I was sent here in the first place.
Aunt Emiko chuckles.
Ida will explain everything. Don't worry.
Who's Ida?
My aunt.
You're on a first-name basis with Erlen's aunt?
Wait, hold on.
Mina, who had been strangely quiet, suddenly shoots up from the couch.
Erlen, you're leaving?
Yes.
How? When? And what does my mom or your aunt have to do with anything?
That's right, Mina wasn't around to hear Daisuke's explanation. Of course she's confused, and we just threw out a lot of information at her at once. Well? Erlen and I catch Mina up to speed on what we just discovered. As we talk, she flows through a range of emotions from surprise at Daisuke's actual real identity, to frustration that he lied yet again, and disappointment regarding Erlen's close departure date. When we're done, she slumps back into the couch, slowly shaking her head.
This whole thing is crazy, and it's all happening so fast.
I know.
And Mom, you're a part of all this craziness.
She nods.
Ida asked me to look after Erlen as a favor, and I was happy to do so.
Did she tell you why, though? I feel like that'd be important to know.
I certainly wish I knew. Although I'm sure my aunt will tell me it was just for my own good.
Wasn't it? After all, I've watched how you've matured into a fine young lady with your short time with us. Don't you feel like you're now a little more prepared in your role as heir apparent?
Erlen blinks. She pauses, mulling over Aunt Emiko's words.
I can't deny that there is truth to that statement. However, if maturity was the goal, could I not have achieved that same goal in Veldan? Why did she have to send me here without any preparation or warning?
Aunt Emiko laughs.
You know as well as I do that Ida's methods have always been unique, but effective. Everything was always sink or swim with her.
Yes, but that doesn't make it right.
It's clear that while Erlen reluctantly agrees, she's not happy with the situation. I'm sure when she goes back, she'll have some choice words to share with her aunt. I get it, it's all or nothing. totally makes sense. Erlen frowns.
How could it possibly make sense?
The best way to get someone to learn is to fully immerse them in whatever they're learning. Sure, maybe you could have matured in Veldan, but would you have matured as quickly if you weren't forced out of the palace? She's about to retort, then hesitates.
I suppose not. I'd have no incentive if my environment was unchanged.
See?
Okay, but sending her to a completely different world is still extreme. I mean, they could have just sent her into the city or whatever in Veldan.
She wouldn't be treated like any other person unless they didn't know who she was. And given Erlen's royal status, it would be hard to find a place that wouldn't know her within the kingdom of Veldan. That's why Ida chose to send her here.
Auntie Miko makes a good point. After thinking it over, both Mina and Erlen reluctantly agree.
Wow, Mom, it sounds like you know Erlen's aunt super well.
Oh yes, that's what happens when you do your service together. She was so impulsive, and it always got her into trouble. It seems like she hasn't changed a bit.
Auntie Miko melts into a nostalgic smile, her eyes sparkling in memory.
Service? What? Like the military?
That's right, honey.
Mina's eyes grow so wide I'm afraid they'll pop out of her head.
No way! Did you ever have to fight someone?
Sometimes, but only when there was no other option.
Did you ever have to fight a bear?
She wasn't in survival training.
No, honey. Nothing quite so overtly dangerous. I was in reconnaissance.
Ooh, like a spy.
More like intelligence gathering.
That's kind of like a spy.
If you were in reconnaissance, then how did you meet my aunt? I know that was not a part of her service.
Ida and I were bunkmates during basic training, and remained close even after our paths diverged. I wanted to see what more was out there beyond Veldan. It just happened that my longest tour was spent here on Earth.
Is that why you stayed?
Not exactly.
She giggles.
I found it quite mundane here. Veldan technology is more advanced in many different ways.
That definitely tracks with Erlen's first impressions of Earth. Auntie Miko breathes out a dreamy sigh.
But the longer I stayed, the more I could see the beauty in simplicity. And then I met Hajime. At first, I didn't understand him at all. I thought he was so short-sighted. There was this great big universe just waiting to be explored, and all he wanted to do was stay in the small town that he grew up in with the family that he loved and bake.
She barks a short laugh.
I never thought I'd fall for someone like him, but somehow that gentle man with the kind eyes and flower always in his hair completely swept me off my feet.
Huh, here I thought that flower was always just gray hair.
And the more I fell for him, the more I realized that his dream was perfect.
Mina cups her face in her hands, smiling broadly.
Aw, Mom, that's so sweet.
This is awkward. It's weird to think of my family as super romantic. I don't even know how to respond right now. Erlen remains quiet. When she finally speaks, her voice is small.
How did you make the decision to leave Veldan?
I can feel the weight behind her question. In some ways, Auntie Miko's story is similar to Erlen's.
It wasn't easy, but there wasn't much left for me there. My parents had both passed away, and my friends had grown into their own lives. Plus, I spent most of my time traveling anyway.
Does that mean Uncle Hajime knows that you're Veldan too?
Of course, dear. I told him as soon as I knew I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him.
Aww.
Mina squeals, then suddenly blinks.
Wait a minute. If Dad knew, then how come you never told me?
I did, honey.
No, you didn't. I think I'd remember if you told me I was Veldan.
We did. Don't you remember when you were a little girl and I'd tell you that you weren't like any of the other kids?
Yeah?
You were special. And one day, when you were ready, you would do things and go places that nobody else here could ever imagine.
Mina pauses, then gasps.
Oh my gosh. That's what you meant by all of that?
Of course, sweetie.
I thought you were just saying all of that. You're special because you're my mom, and you have to tell me that.
Nope. It's because you're Veldan, honey.
Do my parents know? Auntie Miko shifts uncomfortably.
Well, you see, when we decided that we needed to tell Hajime's family, it didn't go exactly as planned.
What happened? Auntie Miko laughs nervously.
They didn't exactly believe us and thought we were joking around. Given what we were saying, I can understand why.
Yeah. She turns back to Mina.
That's why we didn't outright tell you that you're Veldan. We wanted you to have a fun childhood and to feel like you belonged. So, we decided to wait until the time was right to tell you.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, if I hadn't met Erlen, I don't know if I would have believed in Veldan either.
Same here.
But it's official. I'm half Veldan.
Which might explain why you're so weird. The reality seems to finally sink in and she grins.
Oh my gosh! I'm half Veldan.
Erlen sits straighter and smiles warmly.
I'm not surprised. I could always feel that there was something more elevated about you.
Do you think that's why we get along so well? Wait!
She pauses.
Does this mean I should be calling you Princess Erlen?
Too late now. Off with her head.
No, that won't be necessary.
Are you sure, Princess?
Just Erlen will suffice.
Isn't this what you always wanted, Erlen? For someone to recognize your birthright?
No, I wanted you to recognize my birthright.
Yeah, cuz. Show my princess some respect.
Erlen shoots Mina a look, but there's a smile on her face.
Well, honey, I'm relieved that you're taking the news so well.
Emiko,
The front door shuts. A moment later, Uncle Hajime appears.
Emiko, what are you still doing here? I thought you were coming back to help me.
Oh, Hajime, darling! We were just talking about you.
Oh, good things, I hope.
Mina shifts, leaning her body on the arm of the couch.
Dad, guess what?
What?
I'm half Veldan.
Uncle Hajime is clearly startled. He blinks and his mouth opens and closes, but no sound comes out.
Yep, you sure are, kiddo.
He gives Aunt Emiko a questioning look.
I thought we were going to tell her together when she was ready.
Sorry, darling. The conversation came up sooner than we anticipated.
She smiles apologetically and shrugs.
I can't see that.
Uncle Hajime, does this mean that you knew Erlen was Veldan this whole time too? He pauses and glances at Emiko. Then the two of them burst out laughing.
I'm sorry, kiddo. I don't mean to laugh. But a foreign exchange student just randomly shows up at the house with no prior notice, no luggage, and the day before school starts.
He laughs again.
Also, if your parents did set up a foreign exchange term, they'd of course tell us about it. Before you ask, no, they don't know about any of this.
Aunt Emiko giggles.
And Sweden, honey?
Sounds kind of like Veldan. They glance at each other and devolve into more chuckles. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense that you two knew from the start.
It was a valiant effort anyway.
Thanks, I guess.
Plus, we had to have all the paperwork and credentials already prepared for Erlen to transfer to your school. One does not simply show up to school and get accepted on the same day.
Well, I'd wondered about that actually. Explains a lot. When their laughter subsides and they finally catch their breath, Aunt Emiko stands.
All right, this has been a lovely discussion, but we need to get back to the store.
Yep, our break can only last for so long.
Aunt Emiko looks at Erlen.
When I return, please ask me any questions you may have. I'll be happy to answer them as best as I can.
Thank you.
As the two of them depart, I hear Aunt Emiko filling in Uncle Hajime on what he missed. Mina stretches on the couch.
Well, this has been a lot.
Yeah.
It surely has been.
Mina turns to me grinning.
I can confidently say that I am so glad to learn that I'm Veldan, because that means that I'm not actually related to you, cuz, and your weirdness is all you.
How is it that she's not actually related? You're only half, which means you're still half related to me.
Nope. My fortune told me that we are not related by blood, and that is what I choose to believe.
I mean, she was half right, but I guess that's the level of accuracy you get when it's a free reading.
Anyway, I've got to go reevaluate my life, so I'll talk to you two later.
Are you okay?
Totally. But what else has Mom told me over the years that I thought was just generic mom stuff, but was actually code for being Veldan?
Fair point. Mina gives us a small wave before going upstairs.
I too have much to think about, so I'll take my leave.
Of course.
Please don't tell anyone else yet. I'd prefer to be the one to tell everyone
Don't worry, I won't. She offers me a thin smile and then slowly heads up the stairs. My mind is swimming and I feel mentally drained. I head up to my room and collapse on my bed as I process everything that's happened so far. It all feels like it's going so fast and I fight to keep up. Eventually my eyes grew tired and I pass out for the night. blink my eyes open and groan as I sit up. Another school day. As I push myself out of bed and get ready, my mind is still reeling from everything I learned last night. And Emiko is actually Veldan. The thought still takes some getting used to. I gather my things, my mind wandering. Wonder if Daisuke will act differently now that we know who he really is. Last time he revealed his true identity, he wanted to keep things the same, but this time he seemed really different. Once I'm ready, I head downstairs and go into the kitchen. To my surprise, Mina is still here.
Morning, cuz.
Good morning, didn't expect to see you here. She sits at the kitchen table munching on some toast. I grab a slice and join her.
No swim practice this morning, which meant I could sleep in a little.
She stifles a yawn. Then why do you seem like you haven't slept at all?
I stayed up late chatting with Mom. I want to know all about my newly discovered heritage. Also, who would have guessed that Mom used to be so cool?
What new Veldan powers do you have? Discover any hidden Veldan powers yet?
Not yet, but there's still time.
You could always ask Erlen what to expect.
That's true, especially now that we're practically related.
Not even close. I'm not sure that's how it works. Speaking of which, I glance around. So, where's Erlen?
Oh, she left earlier this morning for student council.
I nod. I'm sure she has a lot of loose ends to wrap up now that she knows she's going home. The thought makes me pause. It still doesn't feel real. Mina seems to sense my thoughts and falls quiet. We finish up breakfast and she checks the time.
We should get going.
I nod. We clean up the kitchen, then grab our bags. Once we're ready, we set off for school. I pull my clothes tight around me to protect against the chill. My thoughts continue to race. My mind is so far away that I don't know how I'm going to focus in class. Before long, we cross through the courtyard and enter the school. Find our classroom, we take our seats next to our friends. Kira and Kosei are both here, but Erlen hasn't arrived yet. Hey guys.
Hi.
Morning.
Kira blinks.
Erlen didn't come with you?
I shake my head.
Oh man, she might actually be late. You two were already cutting it close.
What are you talking about? We still got a couple of minutes.
Kosei stares at Mina.
Who are you and what have you done with Mina?
What? It's true.
Yeah, but anytime I've ever said that, you tell me that barely counts as on time.
Finally, Erlen runs into the classroom. She breathlessly slides into her seat.
Excellent. I made it.
Are you okay?
Yeah, why are you so out of breath?
Yes. It's just been a very hectic morning. In fact, it's directly related to the important news I would like to share.
Mina and I exchange a glance. I think I know exactly what she's going to say.
What is it?
Before Erlen can answer, Miss Sato enters the classroom.
I'll tell you during lunch.
We nod and quiet down while my classmates settle into their seats.
Good morning, class. Let's begin the lesson.
Let's not! I open my notebook and prepare to take notes. As I expected, I'm distracted throughout class and have a lot of trouble paying attention. I do my best, but when the bell releases us for lunch, I breathe out a sigh of relief. Grabbing my lunch, I follow my friends into the courtyard where we'll have some privacy. We settle down and unpack our food, then we begin eating. Erlen soon puts her chopsticks down and clears her throat.
First off, I'd just like to say that I'm so grateful to have met each of you, and to have made such wonderful friends.
Kira blinks in surprise while Kosei barks out a short laugh.
Jeez, Erlen, why so serious? Are you leaving us or something?
As a matter of fact, I am.
Kosei laughs again, then pauses. His brow wrinkles as he studies Erlen's serious expression.
Wait, for real? You're leaving? As in leaving?
Does this mean you found a way home?
Erlen nods. She fills her friends in on the conversation yesterday with Daisuke, or Nil, who he really is, and why he was sent here. Silence reigns once she is finished.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
I hope our separation isn't too long, but I can't predict when I'll be able to return.
You can't just magic yourself back there?
That's definitely not how it works. If it were so easy, then she could have gone home at any time.
Kosei sighs.
Yeah, I know. I was just hoping maybe it'd be easier after she goes back.
I wish it were so, but I promise that I will visit once I'm able to.
Still, this is good news. You finally have a way back home. You can see your family again.
Yes, I've missed them, and missed Veldan very much. Although I've grown quite fond of Matsukaze, I know I can't stay here forever.
What the hell is this? I'm happy for you. Really happy for you, Erlen. You're finally getting exactly what you wanted.
Yes.
There isn't the same level of enthusiasm in her voice. Before, any mention of returning to Veldan would be met with excitement. Now, Erlen seems torn. A pause settles over the group. Suddenly, Mina stands up.
We can't spend our last few days together wallowing in sadness. We need to make sure Erlen has the best final days ever here in Matsukaze.
Kosei jumps up to join her.
Yeah, we gotta do this properly. Send her off in style. A goodbye party she'll never forget.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's not a bad idea. Kira turns to Erlen.
When is your last day?
I've got the rest of this week to wrap things up, but I'll have to leave once the weekend is over.
Alright everyone, clear your schedule for tomorrow night because we're going to sing our hearts out for Erlen.
That's perfect, Mina. No better way to say goodbye than with a heartfelt ballad.
Karaoke does seem fitting.
Erlen smiles.
I have not done this karaoke before, but if it involves singing, then that sounds fun.
Everyone else is cool with it, so I'm in it too.
Good.
The bell rings, signaling the end of the lunch period. We quickly pack up our bentos and head back into the classroom. Kira and I fall into step beside each other.
It's strange to think that Erlen is actually leaving. I'm going to miss her.
No, you won't. I know, we spent so long looking for answers and coming up with nothing. Almost believed she'd never make it back. She glances at me out of the corner of her eye.
You know, we have Erlen to thank for us getting together.
No, we don't. I pause. I guess that's true. Without her, we wouldn't have started investigating together. She nods.
Do you think we would still be together if she'd never arrived?
Yes. That's actually a choice. Interesting. Of course. Our fate was destined from the start. If not for Erlen, then something else would have happened to bring us together.
I wonder what it would have been.
Maybe I would have made a wish at a shrine for a smart, beautiful, and caring girl to find me. She giggles, slipping her hand into mine. It's going to be weird without Erlen around all the time. She feels like a part of the family now, but I'm looking forward to the goodbye party. Soon we return to class and slide into our seats. Miss Sato walks to the front of the room and we begin the next lesson. The rest of the school day flies by. I feel a little bit better after our conversation during lunch and I have an easier time focusing, but I'm still relieved when the dismissal bell rings. I shoot to my feet and quickly pack up all my stuff, then I sling my bag over my shoulder and exit the classroom. Everyone's busy with clubs and meetings, so I head out of the school and begin my walk home. I feel drained from the day and hurry my steps. Can't wait to get home. As soon as I reach the house, I kick off my shoes and head to my room to relax, flop into my bed and play with my phone for a while. Before I even realize that my eyes are drooping, I soon drifted off into a short nap. The buzzing of my phone wakes me up. How long was I asleep for? Rubbing the grogginess out of my eyes, I glance at the caller ID and immediately sit up fully alert. It's Kira. Quickly, I answer the call. Hello?
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
I was wondering if you're free now.
Yeah, I'm free.
Okay, great. Would you like to come over?
Sure. Want me to bring anything?
No, just your opinions.
But you are my opinion. Not sure if that's gonna go over people's heads or not. Huh?
I just ordered an outfit that I'd like a second opinion on.
What sort of outfit?
It may be easier to explain if you see it.
Wonder what it could be. Guess there's only one way to find out. Alright, I'll be there soon then.
See you soon.
Please don't be a furry, please don't be a furry. After we hang up, I change my clothes and freshen up. Then I slip on my shoes and exit the house. As I walk, I wondered about just what kind of outfit Kira could have ordered. Is it something cute? Something practical? Something sexy? I quickly shake my head free from the last thought. It's not Kira's style, is it? Soon I arrive at her house and ring the doorbell. The door opens and Kira greets me with a small smile.
Hi.
Hey. She's wearing the same clothes as usual for now. She steps back to let me in and then leads me into the living room.
Thanks for coming.
No problem. I'm curious about this outfit. What's it for?
The anime convention that will be in town.
I blink. Wait, is it a cosplay? She nods. I didn't know you do cosplay.
I haven't before. This will be my first time.
No wonder she seems so nervous about her outfit. Forgot who it was that said the secret to getting your picture taken at an anime convention is just to wear cat ears or something like that. It's a shame that's not an option. You You'll look amazing. I flash her an encouraging grin. You've got a really good eye for detail, so I'm positive your outfit will look amazing. She returns my smile.
I hope so.
Okay, it lagged there for a second, but we didn't skip anything. So, what character are you dressing up as? Her cheeks dust into a blush and she looks away. Is it that stupid cat?
Do you promise you won't laugh?
It's that stupid cat, isn't it? I won't laugh.
Okay, wait here.
Kira pads out of the room and I hear her footsteps disappear. I wait patiently for her to change, my heartbeat rising in anticipation. Wonder which character it is. Try to guess based on what I think Kira likes, but there are too many characters to choose from and I can't narrow it down. A few minutes later I hear footsteps returning and then a pause. Kira? When she returns, I'm completely taken by surprise. Her hair is away from her face and tied back into two long pigtails which cascade down her bare back. The top she wears perfectly hugs her form, while her skirt is just long enough to tease at what's underneath. Coupled with her accessories, she looks like she just stepped out of an anime. So I'm trying to remember what the magical girl thing was from Ace Academy, because this might be a reference to it. With a wand in hand, Kira strikes a pose.
What do you think?
The details? Let's go with this one. It's cute. This looks like a typical anime girl outfit to me. Nice, it's cute. Kira's smile broadens.
Thank you.
She jumps out of her pose and turns to leave.
I'm going to change again. Be right back.
Huh? Before I have time to react, she's gone. Wonder why Kira's so quick to change out of her cosplay. Thought the whole point of my visit was to judge her outfit. Either way, there's no point dwelling on it. I'll find out what's on her mind as soon as she's back. A moment later, Kira comes back wearing her normal clothes. That way I don't have to draw the sprite. You sure changed out real fast. Her nervous look returns.
You don't think it's too revealing?
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as too revealing.
It showed a lot more than I was expecting.
That's part of what makes it so good.
I don't know. Maybe it's better if I dressed as someone else.
If you're already second-guessing the costume, how come you picked it? Kira smiles softly.
Because I love Ariella.
That's the character, right?
Yeah. She was a typical high school student before she accidentally stumbled upon one of her classmates who had magical powers, banishing a witch. After that, she joined forces to learn from her and help protect their school from dangers. And that was the outfit she wears when she transforms to fight evil.
Go ahead and rock it. If this is your favorite character and that's how she's dressed, then I don't see the problem in wearing it.
I do kind of like it.
You should, because you're definitely rocking the look. Kira breaks into a smile while a small blush dusts her cheeks. Kira quiets down, taking a few more minutes to think it over, then she shakes her head.
As much as I like Ariella, I don't think I'll dress up as her at the convention. The costume is too revealing to wear in public. At least for me.
I nod. You should wear whatever makes you comfortable, and if the outfit makes you uncomfortable, then it's probably best to save it for another time. She nods.
I'm glad you understand. It makes me feel better about my decision.
Of course. I pause. Although it's kind of a shame because you really did look amazing in it.
Really?
Yeah. Kira blinks, then Shelly casts her eyes down.
Maybe I could put it on again.
My heart beats fast. Really? But what about feeling uncomfortable?
That's only if I were to wear it in public, but I always feel comfortable around you. And since it's just the two of us...
She bites her lip as a coy smile spreads across her face. Her eyes flash a suggestion I've never seen from her before. My heart skips a beat and I eagerly follow Kira out of the room. Kira and I stay together for the rest of the evening. Feels good to be close to her, and I wish that the night didn't have to end. Unfortunately, it does. Once it gets late, I reluctantly leave and make my way home. It's a long, lonely walk at night, and I hurry my steps against the chill. As soon as I'm home, I head straight for my room. It's been a long day. I finish my homework that's due and then decide to have an early night. After washing up and changing my clothes, I slide into my bed, feeling the cool covers blanket my skin. I soon drift off to sleep.